Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Yoga and Meditation. This is going to be a very nice, very easy class tonight. Just focused on spine health and releasing the spine, doing some good breathing and some good meditation. Some of you already know the drill. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Uncle Dave. If you are watching through my website, go ahead and click on that Love Gym logo in the top left. That will direct you to YouTube, and then you can go ahead and comment in the comment section your name so I know who is participating in my class this evening. We'll get started in about 5 minutes. So just adjusting the camera here. Yeah, we'll get started in about 5 minutes. You do need a yoga mat, or if you have a really soft carpet, you can do it on your carpet. Some yoga blocks, potentially, and something comfortable to sit on, maybe a pillow or two for the meditation portion of the class tonight. And a water bottle if you have it. Again, if you are watching through the website, please go ahead. Oh, hello, Rachel. Welcome, welcome. If you're watching through my website, go ahead and click on the Love Gym logo in the top left of your video, and then that will direct you to YouTube. And then from there, you can leave a comment in the comment section so I know who's watching today. I also have Instagram Live going, so if you're watching through there, hello, welcome to the class. We'll get started in about 5 minutes or so. Hopefully everyone is having a good day despite all the crazy ongoings in the world at the moment. All right, we'll give it 1 more minute and then we'll get started. Just bear with me for 1 moment while I adjust the camera here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start by finding a nice comfortable seat. I like to sit cross-legged. If that's good for you, go ahead and sit cross-legged as well. We're just going to take a moment, a few minutes to settle into our seat. Get nice and comfortable. If you want, you can close your eyes. Begin to let the day go away. Allow your thoughts to become more present here on this moment. And start to bring your focus to your breath. Just take note of your breath. See where it's sitting in the body at the moment. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your throat, your nose, your mouth? Where do you feel it? We're going to go through a practice now called 3-sectional breathing. This breathing practice is designed to help you explore the 3 different sections of the breath. These different sections correspond to the different sections of our spine. Right? We have 3 sections. We have our lumbar spine, 5 vertebrae from the base of your pelvis up to the thoracic spine, which extends all the way to basically where your collarbone is. That contains your rib cage. And then you have the cervical spine, which is up top. So we're going to go through 3 sections of breathing, each one of those corresponding to a different section of the spine. For the first one, we're going to focus on the lower belly and the abdomen. So I'm going to have you place your hands on your lower belly and your lower abdomen. So that's going to be right below your belly button. Nice big exhale. Inhale. Let your belly fill up like a balloon. And when you exhale, allow all of the air to leave your body. With each inhale, imagine that the air is expanding out in front of you. It's also expanding out to the sides and to the back into your lumbar spine, all at the same time. If you want, you can even place one of your hands on your lumbar spine. Take both your hands, place it in the center of your chest, right over your sternum. Now as you inhale, keep a slight tone, a slight engagement in your belly and your abdomen. This will allow the breath to rise up and to fill the rib cage. With each inhale, imagine the air is expanding in all directions, out to the front, to the back, out to the sides. See if you can feel the space in between each rib expanding and opening. And with each exhale, feel your ribs, your intercostal muscles relaxing, everything dropping down. With each inhale, see if you can feel your shoulder blades sliding away from your spine, creating space. Moving to the last section. Right hand onto left shoulder, left hand onto right shoulder. Now as we inhale, we're going to send the breath up all the way into the collarbone, into the neck. With each inhale, feel your collarbone and your chest lifting up towards your chin. And with each exhale, feel your shoulders and your shoulder blades drop away from your ears. Good. Relax your hands and allow your breath to return to a more natural state. Take note of how your breath feels now after we've gone through that practice. Good. All right. That concludes the breath work. That doesn't mean the breath work stops. Let's go ahead and find ourselves in a nice child's pose. So you'll be at the back of your mat, big toes touching, knees about as wide as the mat. Sit your hips back onto your heels, and then walk your hands out in front of you, trying to make your spine as long as possible. See with each inhale if you can send your breath into your pelvis, into your tailbone. And with each exhale, see if you can grow a little bit longer, reaching through the crown of your head, reaching through your fingertips and arms. With each inhale, we create space in our body. And with each exhale, we allow that space to remain. Good. Typewriter your fingers over to the right side. Now with each inhale, send your breath into your left waist, into your left hip. Good. Typewriter your fingers now through neutral all the way over to the left. And now as we inhale, send your breath into the right side of your body, into the rib cage, into the hips. Good. Tie right of your fingers back to neutral. Shift your weight forward. Bring your knees back towards midline and spread your feet so that hips are stacking over knees and shoulders are stacking over wrists. We're going to go through a modified cat-cow. This is designed to target the lumbar spine. So the way we're going to set up for this is I'm going to come onto my elbows and I'm going to tuck my head in between my hands. Okay? So what this does is this flexes the cervical spine and the thoracic spine. What we're going to do from here is we're going to practice tilting the pelvis. So in this, I'm lifting my tailbone up, arching the lumbar spine, and then I'm going to tuck the pelvis under as far as it'll go, flexing the lumbar spine. Okay? Moving between those. Inhale, lift the pelvis. Exhale, flex, and tuck the pelvis. The movement is going to be pretty small. The lumbar spine is one of the stable parts of our body. Good. One or two more, and then come back up onto your hands. All right. For this next one, we're going to come all the way onto our bellies. I'll show you two different things that we can practice here. Be out in front. The first version that I'll show you, you're going to do the same thing where you lift the pelvis, right? Lifting the pelvis and then bringing it back down to the floor. Okay? So it's basically the same thing we were just doing, except now that our body is extended. So lift the pelvis and then flatten. If that feels good, go ahead and do that maybe 10, 12 times. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, flatten. If you want to take it a step further, this is what we'll do. You're going to inhale, lift, and then as I bring my hips to the floor, I'm going to lift the other parts of my body and allow that momentum and that wave to travel through my spine. So I'll show that again. You lift, start to tuck, and I start lifting my chest, lifting my core, lifting my head. It's kind of like an inchworm, right? So either just lift and then flatten, or lift and wave. All right. Move with the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flatten or wave. Good. We're going to stay here on our bellies. We're going to bring our arms out to a T position. Besides flexing and extending the spine, it's also really good for us to rotate the spine. So I'm going to start by bending my right knee, my right leg, and then keeping my chest on the floor, I'm going to lift that leg and cross it over my body. Okay? Bring the knee back down, extend the leg other side. Bend the left leg. Lift and rotate. Back down. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Move with the breath. You can also have your hands in front of your face if that's more comfortable. Good. Press yourself back into our cat-cow position. So that was some good release work for the lumbar spine. We're going to work our way up now into the thoracic spine. For this one, we're going to sit our hips back onto our heels. Hands will stay on the floor. From this position, we're going to do cat-cows. By putting our hips onto our heels, it's going to prevent the lumbar spine from flexing and extending, and it will send that motion into the upper part of the spine. Okay? So we'll exhale around the thoracic spine, press the hands into the floor, and then inhale, arch the thoracic spine, pull your hands towards your knees. Exhale, press your hands into the floor around the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, pull your hands towards your knees, lift the back of the head, extend the spine. Move with your breath. Exhale. Inhale. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, inhale, and then exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. She must have sensed that I was doing cat-cows. All right, good. Inhale, come all the way back up. Right hand threaded underneath the left. Good. Inhale, come back to neutral. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips up into the air. Press the floor away with your arms. Take a moment here in downward dog to pedal your feet out. Maybe shift your weight side to side. Maybe move your hips side to side. Maybe flex and extend the spine. Make this an active pose. Try to ground through your heels towards the floor as you try to bring your chest closer to your legs. Good. On your own time, begin to walk your feet towards your hands, staying folded over. And then one vertebra at a time, slowly roll up. Good. Let me adjust the camera real quick so you can see me. This next portion we're going to do, we'll work on a few different standing positions. Hi, kitty. All right. So stand at the bottom of your mat, facing in towards the rest of your mat. We're going to start by tucking the chin, slowly rolling down the spine. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Allow everything to be really soft, melt towards the floor. Good. Once your hands are at the floor, you're going to walk yourself out to a plank position. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. If it's hard for you to get it there, it's okay to place it and then move it forward. Big inhale, and then exhale, twist into your left leg, supporting yourself on your right hand. Left arm goes up in the air. Direct your gaze at your left hand. Take 5 deep breaths. Exhale, bring your left hand to the floor. Step your left leg back. Inhale, bring your right leg to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, and then exhale, twist into your right leg, bringing the right arm up into the air. Direct your gaze at the right hand. Take 5 deep breaths. Exhale, bring your hand to the floor. Step back to plank. Inhale, press yourself back towards your feet, keeping a soft bend in the knees. And then slowly roll back up the spine. Take a wide-legged stance in the center of your mat. Turn your left foot so that it points towards the front of your mat. See if you can keep your hips square to the long edge of your mat. Actually, before we do this, if you have tight hips, if you have a yoga block, I suggest having those ready, maybe on either side of your leg here, okay? Now imagine that someone grabs your right hip, pulls it towards the right wall. Allow your body weight to shift. Bring your left hand either to your left thigh, left shin, maybe to a block, maybe all the way to the floor if you have it. Right arm goes up into the air. Direct your gaze at your right hand. Take 5 deep breaths into that side body. Exhale and then inhale, rise all the way back up to your starting position. Turn your left foot so it points toward the long edge of your mat. Turn your right foot to point to the short edge of your mat. Square the hips towards the long end. Someone grabs your left hip, pulls it to the left wall as you scoot your right arm towards your right leg. Hand comes to right thigh, shin, ankle, or maybe a block over the floor. Left hand up into the air. Direct your gaze towards your left hand. Five deep breaths. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, turn both feet to point towards the long edge of your mat. From here, we're going to adjust our feet just slightly. I want you to turn your toes in towards midline, just maybe 10 or 15 degrees, okay? So my big toes will be a little bit closer to midline, my heels will be a little further away. Big inhale. And then exhale, shoot your hips back, fold forward for a wide-legged forward fold. From here, you can grab opposite elbows. Maybe bring your hands to the floor or grab your shins. Feel free to sway side to side. Take a moment to enjoy this position. Feel free to shift your weight side to side, maybe bend your knees a little bit. Roll the neck out. Good. Place your left hand directly in front of your face. Bring your right arm up into the air, twisting the spine. Good. Inhale. Put your right hand exactly where your left hand was. And then exhale, bring the left hand up into the air. Twist. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good. Let's go ahead and find ourselves in a seated position. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Drop your chin towards your chest. Interlace your fingers over the back of your head and apply a gentle pressure, stretching the back of the neck. Good. Release your hands. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to neutral. Look towards the left side, about 45 degrees, so not completely turned, just mostly turned. Drop the chin, take your left hand, place it on the back of your head, and apply a gentle pressure. With your right arm, let it hang by your side. If you want to increase the stretch, you can try to reach towards the right floor with your right arm. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, turn the head to the right about 45 degrees. Drop the chin. Right hand goes onto the back of the head. Apply a light pressure. Left hand reaches to the floor. And inhale, come back to neutral. Take the next minute or two just to do any movements you need to in your body. In a moment, we'll begin our meditation. Feel free to just move and See if you have any newfound freedom in your spine. For the meditation we're going to do this evening, it'll be a breath meditation. What I encourage you to do is to remember back to the 3-sectional breathing that we did at the beginning of this class. If there was a specific area, either the lower abdomen, the thoracic cage, or the clavicle and the neck, if there was one of those areas that was a little bit more challenging, perhaps a little bit more stuck than the others, I want you to use that as your focal point for the meditation. If all 3 of them felt open and alive, just choose whichever one you'd like, or forget my instructions and just find a focal point that has to do with the breath. So let's start by finding our seat. Make sure we're nice and comfortable. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure you can feel your sit bones, the bottom of your pelvis, the base of your pelvis on your cushion or pillow. You want your seat to be elevated enough that your hips can be higher than your knees. Allow your arms to drop by your sides. From here, bend the elbows. Bring your hands to your thighs or into your lap. Drop the chin, tucking it slightly. For the meditation, you may keep your eyes open or you may close them. Whatever you choose, stick with it for the duration of the meditation. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath. Select a focal point, maybe your abdomen, maybe your chest and your ribs, maybe your throat and your collarbone. Choose an area, and once you've chosen that area to be your focal point, hold it as your focal point for the duration of the meditation. As we meditate, it is very common for thoughts to interject themselves into the mind. Don't worry, that's what minds do. Try not to engage with the thoughts. Just let them slip by. If you find that your consciousness has been caught by one of your thoughts, perhaps you're planning what you're going to make for dinner, just remind yourself to come back to the breath. You can do this as many times as you want during the meditation. on your own time, begin to move the body a little bit. Start to bring yourself and your awareness back to the room. Thank you for everyone who is watching. I really appreciate you tuning in on this Monday evening and spending it doing some yoga and some meditation. If you enjoyed this class, please come and join my other classes. I am doing Saturday core and recovery, and then on Sundays I do core and calisthenics. That class is in collaboration with the Stronghold Climbing Gym. That will be the toughest class out of the one I teach it. So if you want to build your strength, start building your summer body, that's the class for you. Both of those on the weekend are going to be at 1 p.m. Just want to do a little announcement. I am for the next 2 weeks doing a little personal training session giveaway. The way you're going to enter is take one of my classes and then post a video or a picture of yourself doing one of the exercises that I taught you. If you can post it on Instagram and then tag me, that's at PT Devin, and then use the hashtag #TheLoveGym. After the 2 weeks, I'll see who's posted, who's submitted, and then from that I'll randomly pick someone to do a free one-on-one training session with. You can enter as many times as you want, so feel free to buy 1,000 raffle tickets and you'll increase your chances of winning. So thank you all very much. As you know, this class is donation based, so if you have anything that you can give, it's greatly appreciated. You can do that through my website. There's a donate button on the homepage as well as the live class page. If money is tight for you, don't worry about it. Just share, spread the love, tell your friends, trying to grow this community here. And thank you to all of you who have tuned in very consistently. My mom, David, Rachel, Angelique, of course my cat Jazz. She's here all the time. I don't know if anyone saw while we were meditating, she was trying to play with the meditation bell. She was like, I'm going to turn it. She was trying to figure out how to ring it. So thank you all very much. I'll stick around for the next minute or two if anyone has any questions. Thanks again. Thank you for those of you who are watching through Instagram. Appreciate it. All right, looks like if there are no questions, we'll go ahead and end the stream. Thank you very much, guys.